Hi class, in this video we are going to continue our discussion regarding solving real-life problems involving rational functions, equations, and inequalities. Take note of the different strategy for solving word problem. First, always read the problem closely. Then use variables to represent your unknown quantities. And in some cases, if possible siya mag-draw ng diagram or table, gawin po natin. Next is, after assigning variables to represent your unknown, always write an equation that relates the quantity. Then solve, and finally, always check your answer. In this video, we are going to discuss solving cost problem. So let's have our first problem. The local government of Mandaluyong has allocated 250,000 to provide relief goods for each family of the fire incident in one of its barangay. Each family in the barangay will receive an equal share of this sum. A philanthropist also wished to support this budget, so he set aside an extra 1,000 for each family to receive. Write an equation representing the relationship of the allotted amount per family, y variable, versus the total number of families, x variable. So how much will be the amount of each relief packs if there are 500 families in the barangay? So first, let's study or look closely to our problem. So sabi dito, we are going to first locate or write an equation that represents the relationship between the allotted amount per family and the total number of families. Then, if there are 500 families daw in that specific barangay, how much of each relief packs will they receive? Yun ang tanong. So, first we have to do is to represent our unknown variables. And for this case, sa ating problem, madali lang. Kasi, naka-indicate na ano yung value ng ating y variables and ng ating x variable. So, our representation for this problem will be, we let x be equal to the total number of families and y be equal to the allotted amount per family. So now, let's try to write our equation. Sabi sa ating problem is that meron tayong original na 250,000 allocated for each families. So maghahati-hati sila dito. So sabi kasi dito, will receive an equal share of this sum. And aside from the 250,000 na paghahatian ng per family, ay magbibigay ang isang philanthropist ng additional 1,000 per family. So therefore, we can write our equation or a function which is represented as y is equal to 250,000 divided by x, which is the total number of families, plus 1,000. So this is now our equation that represent the relationship between the allotted amount per family versus the total number of families. Now, we are asked, if there are 500 families daw in that barangay, so what or how much daw ang marireceive ng bawat pamilya? So, if x is equal to 500, then i-evaluate lang po natin yung ating function. You will have y is equal to 250,000 divided by 500 plus 1,000. You will have, simplify, 500 plus 1,000. Therefore, our y is 1,500. So, each family will receive 1,500 pesos. Next problem we have, to produce mountain bikes, the manufacturer has a fixed cost of 30,000 plus a variable cost of 1,800 per bike. The cost to produce X bike is given by C of X is equal to 30,000 plus 1,800X. The average cost per bike is C of X is equal to 30,000 plus 1,800X all over X. So let's find the number of bikes the manufacturer must produce so that the average cost per bike is 2,100. So for this problem, first thing we have to do is to list down, no, yung ating given and yung ating unknown. And dito meron tayong X value, and our X value here will be the total number of bikes that the manufacturer must produce. And given na rin po dito sa ating problem, yung ating average cost per bike. Yung ating function, which is C of X is equal to 30,000 plus 1,800X all over X. Now, let's write our equation. Sabi dito sa ating last statement is, if the average, no? Find the number of bikes the manufacturer must produce so that the average cost per bike is 2,100. And we know that we have an average cost per bike, which is expressed in function. So, therefore, equate lang natin siya. So, ang magiging equation natin will be C of X is equal to 30,000 plus 1,800X all over X equal to 210. So, solve na natin. You will have, equate na lang natin sila sa isa't isa. Then, solve for X by, first, eliminating natin yung X sa ating denominator by multiplying both sides by X. So, matitira na lang sa ating left side is the numerator. Then, for our right side, we have 2,100X. Ayan. Now, simplify. In simplifying, we have to transpose yung ating term na may variable x. So, transpose natin yan o kaya naman mag-minus tayo ng 1,800x in both sides of our equation. So, you will have now 30,000 is equal to 2,100x minus 1,800x. Then simplify, you will have 30,000 equal to 300x. So to solve for x, divide both sides by 300. You will have x is equal to 100. So therefore, we can say that the manufacturer needs to produce 100 bikes so that the average cost per bike is 2,100.